Hello from beautiful Kodiak, Alaska. My name is Nannette Foster, and welcome to Heaven to Earth Journal. Go ahead and hit like on this video and also subscribe. And don't forget to come check out the blog. The link is in the description. Hi there, I am coming to you today with my story, The Beauty of Brokenness. And this video is actually a companion to my blog post of the same name. In fact, this is actually just a summary of 3 different lessons that I learned and that I cover in the blog. I do have the link to the blog post in the description here. All right, so first what I want to do is I want to share with you a practical illustration of brokenness that happened this week actually. So I broke my grandmother's ring on purpose, okay? And like I say in the blog, do not tell my mom. So what had happened was I had this really kind of pretty but a little bit dated ring. It had an amethyst in it, and I would wear it every once in a while, but what happened was this amethyst actually started coming loose in the setting. It had a chip in it. So I had a stone that I actually had that I wanted to replace it with, this beautiful Brazilian emerald, but that I wouldn't be able to get this out of the setting without breaking the prongs. I decided that I was going to break the stone to get it out of there, and what's called anneal, which is actually soften the prongs at the same time. So I heated it up to red hot with my torch, about 1200 degrees, and then I quenched it in cool water, and it busted that stone. It was still nerve-wracking to work on an heirloom, even though it was for the purpose of upgrading it and making it a piece that I was going to wear on a daily basis. But this served as a really amazing illustration as I was writing about my story. Everybody has a story of brokenness of some sort. Mine had to do with divorce. It started with divorce. It went into shame. Hurting people hurt people. So I ended up with some destroyed friendships through this process. I came to Kodiak Island, Alaska, where I live, in a very broken state. But I would learn that there are actually 2 kinds of brokenness. There's the kind that wears what I call a shame face, and then there's the kind that's radiant. The difference between the 2 is that the radiant face of brokenness is someone who has offered their pieces up to God as a sacrifice, because He's the master and He specialized in taking what's broken and making it something that's a complete masterpiece. Now, there are 3 different lessons that I learned through this process. The first one is brokenness removes the barrier to make way for the brilliant. Just like with that stone that broke out of the setting, it was broken for the purpose of making way for the new stone, which would upgrade it. Second lesson is what is broken off is for my good. What is broken within is for God's glory. What was broken off of that ring setting was for the good. What was actually broken as a part of the faceting of that emerald, that's a type of breaking that is actually to reflect light. And God's glory is light and it is goodness. Okay, so that's a direct reflection of what happens with us. The things that are broken off and discarded, that's for our good. The parts of us that are broken and faceted are for the reflection of the glory of God in our lives. Okay, the third lesson is God will not leave us in a broken state. He will not leave, let me make this personal, He will not leave you in a broken state, but He will use your state of brokenness to pave the way to your destiny. All right, so I never want to preach at you. I always want to leave you with something that you can use to apply the message that I'm bringing to you. So I've got a visualization for you, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to visualize broken pieces around your feet. This might look like broken pieces of glass or pottery or plates or whatever it is that speaks to you, okay? And I want you to visualize reaching down and gathering those up. And I want you to visualize Jesus picking them up with you and helping to put them into your hands. Then I want you to offer them to him and say, here are the parts of my broken life. Here are the parts of my broken heart, my broken marriage, whatever your story is, however this relates to you. And then when you've given it to him, ask him, what do you have for me in return? Anytime he asks us to give him something, he always gives us something in return. Don't forget to come check out the blog. The link is in the description. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to share more of my journey with you. Let's do this life thing in community. Go ahead and give me a comment. Let me know where you're at.